It's the most wonderful time of the freaking year, not because it's almost Christmas, because the FM21 beta was dropped yesterday. As I promised, today will be the first episode in probably a very short series since the beta only lasts for 2 weeks. I think if you look at this background, it's pretty clear what the plan is, but just to make sure, roll the intro. Hey guys, my name is Jochen aka Leyodemus, and today, as promised, we will have a first glance of the new edition of our favorite game ever, Football Manager. I am going to start a new career game as an international manager for Belgium. Let's look at the advanced setup. I don't know if it's really necessary since we are doing an international save, but let's just keep some leaks in there so I can show you the lightning speed of the new version of this game. You know what? Let's add a couple more. Spain, Italy, Germany. There we go. Let's only select the top tier for all these nations. Okay, we have a large database, almost 33,000 players. And I think that's it. Start game, please. You've selected 7 leagues. Don't mind if we do. After approximately 2 minutes, we are already in the breaking news screen because Belgium has decided to hire Leyodemus as their national team manager. Let's move on. I'd like to formally welcome you, blah blah blah. Congratulations, why thank you. Our rival of course is Holland, Captain Eden Hazard, assistant manager. We are first in the world ranking. Should you not know that for any reason? Let's see, let's move on. Next, we'll have a look at the team later. What's this? Finally, do not hesitate. Okay, schedule a press conference. Don't mind if I do, because I'm really looking forward to see how that looks in the new edition. Now, the first thing I really want to show you is the speed that I mentioned. This is literally insane, guys. If you, in this episode, hear a little background noise, it's probably my brain still trying to figure out how they managed to pull this off. If I press save, 1, 2, 3, and I'm good to go. Literally, it takes 3 seconds to save. And although I have a pretty fast gaming PC where I'm recording this on, I also tested it on my 4-year-old laptop, which is not at all a high-end machine or whatever. And I think 5 seconds is the maximum save time that I encountered. So that is literally insane. Thank you, Sports Interactive. Now back to the idea of this save. We are managing Belgium, I hope that's clear by now. And the plan is to simply win the European Championship 2021. I am going to fast forward time because we are now still in July 2020. So we have approximately 1 year to simulate before we actually can start that tournament. Now, one thing I do want to show you is that press conference. Here we go, Leyodemus to meet the media. Let's have a look. Attend press conference. Bam. This is the new look that they were talking about on Twitter and whatever spoiler teaser videos that you have seen. So let's just kick it off. Start press conference, please. First question, there is a lot of pressure on national managers to hit the ground running and produce results from the off. Are you confident that you will be able to do that with Belgium? Yeah. And here I can use gestures. I'm not sure there is a suited gesture for this answer. So for now, let's just go for no gesture. We are working towards a positive start. Next question. Pressures, blah, blah, blah. There's a lot of pressure to handle. Are you up to it? Should I go with a disarming manner? I guess. I will thrive under them. Bam. You are a noted polyglot. How useful is your multilingualism in today's footballing culture? Smile warmly. I guess. It'll give us a boost in so many different areas. I'm certain it'll give me a big advantage. Let's go for that one. Your first match in charge is against Sweden in the Europa League. How well are you prepared? I'm ready for it. I'm not gonna do a gesture here. Ready for it. Toby Alderweireld is widely regarded to be a key. Are you looking for ways to bring the best out of him? This one. High number of Belgian players who are getting on in terms of age. That's true. That is true, dear Fabio. It's not quite the clear cut. We have to be careful to random balance and youth. Let's go neutral here. It has been suggested that you will be selecting your squads based more on player reputation than performance. What are your thoughts on that? I will pick the best players, and certain high reputation names fall into this category. Okay. That's a lot of questions I'm getting here, guys. While some managers are famous for their hands-on approach, more reserved manner, how do you see your management style? Valued. I think things work best when players feel valued as people as well as footballers. Will you be looking to change the captain? Nope. I have total faith in Eden. That was it. The press officer says, thank you everyone. That's all the questions we have the time for today. Continue to summary. Let's see the feedback. I think the press conference was just fine. Okay. Oh, and so we can also get some board instructions on questions to avoid, which was not the case in this interview or in this press conference, but apparently that's an option. Okay guys, so these are the fixtures currently planned, and this is nothing to do with the European Championship, so I'm gonna sim them and I'm coming back probably somewhere around New Year just to have a look at what we did and maybe have a look at the match stats and the improvements they have made on those match stats. Because I don't think it's really necessary to show you a game yet. We will, in today's episode, spoiler, we will in fact play our first game in the Euros. Alrighty, we are now December 2nd, 2020, and we have played those games that I mentioned. We did pretty well, to be honest. We had 2 hiccups, one small hiccup in Sweden where we drew 1-1, and then one bigger hiccup, I might argue, because we lost at home against France 2-1. Let's have a look at those match stats. As you can see, the skin is pretty dark at this point, so I hope everything will be clear on video. But I really want to focus here on a new stat, if you will, a new part of the whole match stats thing, and that is the XG stat, which stands for expected goals. Let's expand this screen. And what is this? Well, I think you can't really see the blue line here, but it's down here. So this is France and red is Belgium, of course. The XG stat is a new stat that they have implemented, and it basically tells you the probability of your team or a team scoring a goal. So a lot of data is going into that calculation. I think the number of chances that you get, maybe the form your players are in, the morale, their mental state at that point in the game is all accounted for, and that leads to one figure, and that figure basically determines how well your team how high the probability is that your team will score should they get the opportunity to do so. I think it's a very nice stat, and we'll probably have a more detailed look on that later when we in fact play our first game. Apart from that, I mean, let's expand the match stats. It was a just result. We didn't really make that much happen in this game, but of course France is a pretty decent squad. In other news, the draw for the Euros is today, so don't mind if we have a look at that. Belgium are one of the 6 teams that have been seeded 4th for the draw. View draw, please. Let's just go on. So I guess we will come in the final drawing stage. So let's just draw those teams real quick. I think I can still go on. Portugal, Turkey. Okay, I think we're getting close. let's have a look how Group A will be on the Euros. Okay, Bosnia, Czech Republic, Italy and Wales. Group B, bam, there we are. Oh man, that's an interesting group. Denmark, Russia, Austria and Belgium. I am just glad I didn't end up in Group E. I mean, sweet lord. Let's draw all teams. Group C is Holland, Macedonia, Poland and Romania. Group D, England, Scotland, Switzerland and Ukraine. And Group E, wowee, poor old Finland, France, Portugal and Spain. I mean, damn. Of course that means good news for us really, because only 2 of them will go through to the next round. So France, Portugal or Spain will be gone after the group stage. And to finish it off, Croatia, Germany, Sweden and Turkey are Group F. So fast forward once again, because the top goal scorer odds, among other things, were announced by the media. Harry Kane has been made favorite for being the top goal scorer in the upcoming Euros. Lukaku, of course, from Belgium, is also there. Immobile, Lewandowski, Mbappe, and of course Cristiano Ronaldo. Kind of the usual suspects, I would argue. Then, top player odds. Same story really. Not Lukaku this time, of course, but Kevin De Bruyne. A very just odd, if you ask me. Ronaldo, Mbappe, De Bruyne, Kane, Lewandowski, and Sterling. We have one more coming up, the young player odds. Once again Mbappe, of course, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Joao Felix, Matthijs de Ligt, Kulusevski from Sweden, and he is a very decent player. And of course Mason Mount from England. Now we are the 18th of April at this point. I do have some games planned, some friendly games, before the Euros start. So I think it's probably best for me to fast forward time once again. I think around the 20th of May I have to announce my squad for the Euros, so we'll probably come back then. What? Why are we back in the start screen, Jochen? Well, I'll tell you why, because I just saved the game and now I'm gonna load it and I want you to see. What's this? Delete. Yes. I just want you to see how fast the loading actually is. So count with me once again. 1, 2, 3, 4, bam. And I'm good to go. I mean, what? Oh, and by the way, should you be wondering why Hold the Beer for a series title? Well, I guess as Belgium, we are known for what? Chocolate, beer, waffles, and ecstasy production? So I thought I'd go with the beer. Now I have made my selection, but there's still 30 players in the squad, and I think in a couple of days we have to trim that down to 23. But I also wanted to show you this, because another addition in this Football Manager is that there will be more interaction between you and the players, and the media of course, but also with your own players. So for example, there is a training camp coming up before the Euros. And apparently, my assistant says I recommend taking this opportunity to talk with individual members of the squad, blah blah blah. So, let's just see what options we have. Speak to Fellaini. What did you want to talk about? Don't think your place in the squad is guaranteed. Make sure you impress me. I think, since it is Fellaini, this is just. Thanks, I'll give it my best shot and chat. So it's those little short interactions, apparently, that have been added to the game. Speak to Hans van Aken. Use this camp to give yourself, I only have one option, really, I think. Yep. To give yourself the best possible chance of making the final squad. Thanks, I'll take the advice on board. Okay, so the cutting has happened and the list has been submitted. Nothing more I can say, really. The one player I doubted about a lot was Torgan Hazard, because he is an excellent winger, but we have so much quality on the wings that I had to cut one of them. Simple as that. But just to have an idea who the squad will be for the Euros, have a look at this. Courtois, Mignolet and Casteels are our goalkeepers. Alderweireld, Castagne, Vertongen, Meunier, Foulon, which you might not know. He's contracted to Benevento, which is a club that I probably had never heard of before I just saw it. But it doesn't matter, he's a pretty good left wing back, and that is one of our main pain points, our weak spots if you will, when you're managing Belgium, are the wing backs, especially on the left hand side. So that is why he, as an extra wing back, had to be included in the squad. And Jason Denayer completes the list of defenders. In the midfield, and now of course here we are coming into our wealth of Belgian players. Tielemans, Salemakers, Carrasco, Januzaj, Dundonker, Fellaini, Kevin De Bruyne, Eden Hazard, our captain. Axel Witsel, awesome defensive midfielder. Charles de Ketelaere, which I probably am going to give his first cap on the Euros. I mean, he's an awesome player, he has a lot of potential, but already is valued at 3-star current abilities, so why not? Same story goes for Marco Cana, uncapped until this point. But he might, I will show you the tactics in a minute, but he might prove to be very useful when we switch to a more defensive tactic. Alrighty, and then as far as the forwards go, of course, Romelu Lukaku, Big Rom, Batsman Batshuayi and Dries Mertens. I mean, it is a pretty decent squad, but like I mentioned already, the weak spot is most definitely our defense. And to be precise, the left side of that defense. So we'll see where it leads us, but first let's have a look at the tactics that I'm going to use. Tactic number 1 will be our main tactic for pretty much all games, even against stronger opponents. It is a control possession based tactic, and to be honest, if you have watched the Iberian Sun series, this is a tactic I also used with Lusitania La Rosa a lot. Basically, it is built to keep possession of the ball, but also to use the counterattack. So let's go a little bit deeper into the details. So we have a standard attacking width. We have overlaps on both sides, since on both sides of the pitch we use inside forward wingers. Keep that in mind. We try and start and build from the back, and we work our ball into the box. So we take our time for our attacks, which of course leads to more possession. And that is how we will try to score some goals, hopefully. If we have a look at the in transition tab here, by the way, this all looks pretty similar to FM20, except for these little icons. Those have changed. I mean, this is the match fitness, I think. And this is the condition. So instead of the round things in FM20, we now get these icons, and I'm already loving them, to be honest. Back to our tactics. When possession has been lost, we will counter press because we want that possession back, damn it. And when we have won the possession, we will counter attack. And I don't know if you remember the famous counter attack against Japan in the last World Cup. It's in the intro, basically, so watch it again. Thank me later. As far as distribution goes, we will distribute to our playmaker, which probably most of the time will be Kevin De Bruyne, of course, or Eden Hazard. I mean, valid options in my opinion. And we will take some short kicks to do just that. The out of possession tab is basically quite simple. We will not be using the offside trap since we have very slow central defenders. So if the striker of the opposing team makes it onside and we try to put him offside and he's gone, we'll never catch him. So that's why I'm not using the offside trap. We have a higher line of engagement and we also have a higher defensive line. I will probably tick this one though, because I want the marking to be quite tight. And as far as tackling goes, we'll just leave it at that. We have a pressing intensity of more urgent, because I mean, Lukaku is a physical beast, so he can pretty much do the pressing for 90 freaking minutes. For that tactic, I think my ideal team would be something like this. Some players are injured at the moment, but I've just put them in here, so you have an idea of what my intentions are with the players that I have at my disposal. We have Courtois in goal, of course, Castagna on the left wing back, Alderweireld and Den Donker / Jan Vertongen, because I'm not sure who I am going to choose there. We'll see. One of those two will be the ball-playing defender, and Alderweireld will be a normal central defender. Meunier will be on the right wing back. Of course, our midfield duo in a defensive-minded role, Axel Witsel, one of the, in my opinion, absolute best in the world, still, in that ball-winning midfielder position. We will of course have our awesome playmaker, Man City star Kevin De Bruyne, in a supporting role, and in front of him we have the other superstar, I think I can say that, in Eden Hazard. He will play as a second striker, maybe. I might change this as we go along to a trequartista. I'm not sure, we'll see, but I think you get the picture of this formation. On the wings we have Januzaj on the right hand side, because I mean look at how good he is. I don't know if this is actually matching real life, but I don't care. I mean look at these stats, it would be insane not to put him in that position. That being said though, we have a lot of good wingers. We have Dries Mertens, who is currently on the left hand side as an inside forward. We also have a young talent called Alexis Salamakers. He plays at Milan, and I mean damn, he's a very good young winger. Let's see who else we have. Oh, of course we have Lukaku as our complete forward. I mean, no explanation needed, right? Let's have a look at our bench, because we also have Yuri Tillemans on the bench, and I really like playing him. So I might even switch these three around and swap. Let's just do it. Let's just do it, Jochen, so people can see what you mean. I tend to do it like this, so that we have De Bruyne as our shadow striker, and then I will most definitely change it to trequartista, I think, or even advanced playmaker or attacking midfielder. We have Hazard on the right wing, Mertens on the left wing, and Tillemans as our deep-lying playmaker. This is also very much an option for the first game. I'm not sure yet. Let's see who else we have on the bench. We have De Ketelaere. I already talked about him. He is an awesome 20-year-old deep-lying playmaker in midfield. He is by far one of our biggest talents in real life. So I will definitely play him. Maybe not in the first game, but we will see. Apart from that, we have old warrior Fellaini. And of course we also have Yannick Carrasco, another good left or right winger. Let's have a look at our second tactic. Now this tactic I am mainly going to use if necessary when, for example, we are 1-0 up and there's 20 minutes left to play and I really want to park the bus, if you will. This is an awesome counterattack system because we are playing very narrow. We are focusing play through the middle. We're playing for set pieces, we're shooting on side, you name it. We dribble less, we're more disciplined. All of these things, we are frequently wasting time. Scream counterattack. And of course, if the possession has been lost, we regroup, and when the possession has been won again, we counter like never before. We will distribute to fullbacks, and to be honest, since we are focusing play through the middle, that should probably be this one. Roll it out to the fullbacks or the center back. Let's just go for the center back. And then finally the out of possession screen. Once again, we're not using the offside trap since we have a lower defensive line and also a lower line of engagement. Use tighter marking and get stuck in, because if we are planning on using this tactic, I want there to be hard tackling. I want there to be some grinta, if you will, so we can just hold on to the actual what the hell. Why is this all red? Did I change anything that is causing this? I'm not really sure what's happening. Could be a bug, we're still in the beta, could be a bug. So we'll have a look at that later. So I hope you're getting the idea behind this second tactic, because those were the only two tactics that I'm going to use. We will play with 3 guys at the back, all the way out Vertongen and De Donker, probably, but we also have, where is he? Marco Cana, and that's why I said Marco Cana could be useful, since he is a ball-playing defender and a defensive midfielder. He could as well take the place of Witsel should Witsel be injured or tired or whatever. We have Salamakers, he can do the right wing, Castagne can do the left wing, Tielemans, De Bruyne and Witsel as our midfield triangle, with Witsel in a very defensive role as an anchorman. I could change this to ball-winning midfielder or even a playmaker, to be honest, but we'll have a look at that later. Then we'll have Tielemans as our playmaker and Mezzala attacking for Kevin De Bruyne. At front, of course, we have Lukaku as an advanced forward. All he has to do is kick in some goals. He doesn't have to defend anything in this tactic. He just has to stay out front as the lone survivor there and score some goals. And then we also have one player, probably mainly as an assist guy for Lukaku, as a false number 9. At this point it's Eden Hazard, but it could in fact be Kevin De Bruyne even. So I switch those 2 around. This is, oh, not Tielemans. So I switch these 2 around, for example. There we go. So Kevin De Bruyne is in the false number 9 and Hazard is in the attacking Mezzala position. Also perfectly possible. I think you get the picture. I hope this works. Should you be wondering if Erling Haaland is any good in this year's Football Manager? Bam! I mean, the regular season is over at this point. And of course, he has won the German Players Player of the Year. Also, since I'm doing an international save for this series, I mean, I probably am going to miss out on some improvements they did on the whole club management front. Don't worry, as soon as the full game launches on November 24th, I will have a series ready with Stuttgart in Germany, where I will try and make the newly promoted Bundesliga club into a European/global superpower. If you want to be notified when a new episode of this series drops or when that Stuttgart save launches, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, turn on the notifications, and you won't be missing a thing. Also, if you at any point in this video like what you hear and or see, feel free to show me some support by hitting that like button. It is much appreciated. I think at this point we have all the shenanigans covered, and I am going to fast forward time until the 12th of June, because then we will play our glorious first game in the group stage of the Euros against Austria. Alrighty, now safe to say, our preparation didn't really go as planned. We lost both our friendlies. To be fair, there were 2 very close games if you look at these match stats. But I mean, the finishing on our part was not quite there. The Norway game, pretty much the same story. Match stats, I mean, quite an even game, even as far as XG goes. But still, we lost 2-1 to Norway. Now, let's dive into the press conference for the Austria game. Start press conference, please. How important is it to start your group fixtures with a victory? It's very important, I guess. What's the general feeling about the increased media presence and interest during this tournament? Let me see. I can assure you that everything is going to plan. Not really. Friendlies. And the players are very happy right now. That's a lie. Oh, only 2 questions. Continue to summary. I think the press conference was just fine. Alrighty. And here we are, folks. Our first on-camera game for FM21. Belgium versus Austria. Team selection, please. Let's have a look. Of course, I am going to go with my more attacking or possession-based system. It's not even attacking, I see now. Let's get this to positive. There we go. Let's have a look at the team. Let's do a quick pick for now. Let's see if we have to make any changes, but I think this is probably going to be it, although I might swap De Donker for Vertongen. He's left-footed though, I think. Yep. Maybe Jason Denier for Vertongen. He's right-footed. I think I'm gonna play Denier, to be honest with you. Although the maintaining sharpness, it's probably like the match fitness thing, is better with the Donker. I mean, it's Austria, right? What could possibly go wrong? Watch me lose now. I think for the rest, that's pretty much it. Everyone else is on the bench. So I guess this will be our starting lineup, guys. Yay! Courtois in goal. Our back four, Castagne, Alderweireld, Denier and Meunier. Midfield duo Tielemans and Witsel with De Bruyne in front of them, Hazard and Januzaj on the wings, and lone striker Big Rom Romelu Lukaku. Let's kick off. And now, of course, we have entered a new phase, if you will. The whole pre-match thing has been adjusted for FM21. Let's have a look here. Notable reactions on the tactics. 21 players. Are they all concerned or? Oh, crap cakes. Okay, everyone's concerned that this formation could expose us at the back. Well, I'm quite confident, guys. Carrasco nodded in agreement. Okay, about their individual and or team instructions. Okay, that's some useful feedback. And that's pretty much it. Go to match. Here we go. Also a new screen, a more official like, how do you call it? Document, whatever. Sheet, that's the word. A more official sheet. It's right here, Jochen. Look at your screen. The official team sheet for both teams. Now let's have a look at our dressing room. Because of course here you also have the gestures that you can use in the press conference thing. Let me see what am I going to choose here. Let's give the fans, maybe let's pump our fists. And I am going to say we're favorites and we should be winning this comfortably. Bam. Some are motivated. Okay. Let's go to the tunnel interview. Will you look to attack here? My God, yes, dear Matthias. My preference is to play on the front foot, and that won't change for this match. Here we go. Is Kevin De Bruyne fit enough to last the full duration of this match? I think so. Are you confident Romelu Lukaku will perform today? I am very happy with him and have no worries at all. How valuable is Timothy Castagne's versatility to your plans? Is he that? Well, he can play on both wings as a wing back, so I guess he has a point. Let's just say I can't speak highly enough of him. He's a brilliant footballer. Maybe a little bit over the top, but who cares? Here we are, our first game, Belgium versus Austria. Let's pause game for a minute. Because as you can see, this is changed quite a lot. We have now the dugout, which is basically a replacement for the guidelines you get from your assistant manager, where you can then choose to do it or to not do it. That will all appear in here. And for the rest, the match stats are on the left hand side. This is the touchline tablet. I love that they gave names to those things, where you can pretty much choose whatever you want, really. So you can have stats here, you can have the formation here. Pretty cool stuff if you ask me. I am not sure if you can actually change these things. We'll have a look into that later. For now, I just want to play the game, really. So let's continue. Oh, immediate first highlight, Jason Denier. That's a bad ball to Arnautovic, and that is one guy we really have to watch out for because he's quite a decent player. Corner kick for Austria. Lazaro swings it in, gets headed away by Witsel. Maybe Lukaku can reach it, but the highlight ends. The shouts, by the way, are down here, and I think or I am missing it. The get creative shout is gone. We have a berate shout, which is a totally different thing, in my opinion. But hey, meanwhile, we are 20 minutes into the game and not that much is happening. So let's shout fire up, I guess. Do I see a result? Not immediately. Okay. 40 minutes in, still nothing. Come on, guys. Let's shout again. Nope. Let's go to halftime. New screen alert, the halftime backroom advice. Now, there are a couple of things here. You can expand the player statistics screen, which is this, which is basically a normal screen, I would say. A lot of key passing stats going on, crosses, tackling, whatever. We have the analytical data with heat maps and everything you want. But I am mostly interested in this one, the XG match story. Let me expand it. We, of course, are the red line. And as you can see, as the first half progressed, we got better and better XG-wise. So at the end of the first half, we had like more than double the XG score of Austria. So that probably means we didn't have that many chances. If we had more chances, we would have probably scored. I think, freely translated, that is what this XG stat is about. Alrighty, let's go to the dressing room. Once again, we have gestures available here. Should I go for the pump fists again? We're not doing badly at all. If everyone... let's choose this one. Not that much motivation going on. Kevin De Bruyne is even nervous. Why, Kevin? Why? Start second half. Come on, guys. We have to win this first game. Here we go. All the way out with the free kick to Tielemans. Let me zoom out. Can I zoom out? No, I'm in director mode. This'll have to do. Sabitzer now with the steal for Austria. Doesn't take very long for the ball to get back into Belgian possession. Witsel now has a little room to wiggle. And I mean, come on, who is this? Januzaj? Ooh. Oh, that's a bad ball. Should have done better, to be honest. Sabitzer now for Austria. Lazaro back to Sabitzer. Come on, man, lose the ball or someone steal it. Don't cause a penalty. Don't cause a penalty. Thank you. Back to Lazaro and Wa gets headed away. I'm not liking the vibe of this game. We are 1-0 down. And is it... Oh, I think it's offside. It looked like offside, to be honest. VAR checking. Wowie. Goal review. The goal does not stand. Wow. Come on, guys. For the love of God. We'll have... Okay, we get a replay. Obvious offside. In the meantime, let's do a shout, demand more, because, come on, it's Austria and we are freaking Belgium. Should I go to attacking? You know what? Let's go to attacking. Let's also do a first substitution. Let's pause game. Let's have a look at the condition, shall we? A couple of players are starting to get tired, and I think based on the rating, I am going to... should I take off Hazard? I am going to take off Januzaj because he's not having the best game either, a 6.8. And I am going to put Dries Mertens on the right wing. Confirm changes, play ball. Let's once again ask demand more because we are in the 80th minute. Let's pause game. Let's first have a look at this highlight. Alaba with the free kick for Austria. No problem for Thibaut Courtois. Come on, man. Counter-attack time. Kicks it away to absolutely no one. Sweet mother of Jeebus. Okay, Austria again with the attack maybe then. That is offside, ref. Was it not? Nope, it's a corner kick. Oh man. Lazaro with the corner for Austria. I expected a lot more from this game, guys. Damn it. Okay, pause game. Let's go to tactics. Let's sub Tielemans for the Ketelaere, and let's sub Hazard, who is freaking injured. Come on. Ooh, this is a bad start to the Euros. Damn it. For Carrasco. Okay, confirm subs. Come on, guys. Couple of minutes left. We are the better team, though, but it doesn't really translate into a goal, to be honest. And a disappointing draw. And I mean, look at this XG score. We are way above. They never were even close after like 10 minutes of play. But we simply couldn't score. And Lukaku, that's one of the reasons Lukaku has a 6.5 probably. Me no likey. Damn. Dressing room. Throw water bottle. That wasn't good enough. Boom. Januzaj demotivated. Well, screw that, Adnan. Screw just that. Continue. Post-game interview, also new stuff. Do you not think Romelu Lukaku should have been substituted today? I get the question, but I'm not gonna say I was happy with his performance because I wasn't. I didn't have the options on the bench to change as many. This is the one. Bam. How much did you enjoy Jason Denaya's performance? Well, a 7.4 isn't that great, Michael. But let's just say this one. Okay, that was it. Elsewhere today, we were the only game. How the table looks. All pretty obvious how the media reacted, how the fans reacted. They didn't react at all. Good stuff. Eden Hazard is injured and he is out for 3 to 4 weeks, which is basically the whole tournament. I mean, come on, Football Manager. Come on. Castagne injured. 1 to 6 days. That means he'll probably miss the next game. Well, Belgium must build on draw. I can't agree more because that's all we got. Sweet mother of Aisha. Okay, let's have a look. Let's have a look when we will be back. The next episode will be the next game. Actually, the next 2 games. We will play Denmark and Russia in the next episode. Hopefully, we will do better than today, guys. Come on. So with that disappointing result, let's face it, we have reached the end of the first episode of Hold My Beer. I really enjoy FM21 so far because of several things. The additions that they did, the overall speed of the game is just fantastic. I really hope you have enjoyed it too. If you have, feel free to show me some support by liking this video and subscribe to my channel for future FM content. I thank you for watching and I will see you very soon.